So I want to pause for a moment and tell you about Bruce Lipton. Do you know who Bruce Lipton is? Raise your hand if you know who Bruce Lipton is. Like 10 people. Okay, that's me and Bruce Lipton. He's giving me a big hug. It's the day we met. He's a cellular biologist that learned from looking at stem cells. He was the first stem cell researcher. And the stem cells are the cells that happen in a woman's body that can turn into anything. So we make these in our menstrual blood, but we also, fetuses have stem cells. So there are these magical cells that, depending on what's needed, could become tissue, could become bone, could become blood, could become anything. And so the medical community is interested because you can take those stem cells, put them in a body, and repair the body. And what he noticed is that cells change according to their environment, not according to their genetic structure. That scientists have told us that our DNA controls who we are physically, our biology. But it's not true. The DNA is the reproductive system of the cell, not the brain. They mistook the reproductive system for the brain. But what is the brain is the membrane of the cell. It's the skin on the outside. And that skin is looking for information from your blood to tell you, to tell it how to behave. Is it safe? And it doesn't have eyes to see if it's safe, so it's relying on your eyes and your opinion about what you're seeing to tell your cell, is it safe to have dinner and take in nutrients? Is it safe to go to the toilet and release my toxins? Is it safe to reproduce? Is it a good time to make a baby cell? And if the cell feels safe, the answer is yes. So if your cells are reproducing, taking in nutrition, and releasing toxins, what do you think happens to your body? It's healthy. Just like a family. If you're keeping it clean, you're having nice food, you're taking out the trash, and there's love and reproduction, your family will grow and be healthy. So the cells behave like people. Now, when the cell gets information from your perception that things are not okay, that it's bad, scary, dangerous, that no one loves you, that you're not worthy of love, the cell goes, pew. Just like a person. It closes down. It doesn't want to eat. You can't eat when someone's yelling at you. It does not want to clean. It's too much work. I have to protect myself. It's no time for cleaning. And it does not want to make love and reproduce because it might be getting attacked because you said this is an unsafe environment. There's a gland in the top of your head called the hypothalamus gland that makes chemicals that go into your blood to tell every cell in your body how it's going right now. And that cell, this gland in the top of your brain, way up here in your spiritual center, releases a chemical compound in 0.5 seconds every time you have a thought. That fast. Every thought. That fast. I'm beautiful. I'm ugly. You love me. You hate me. Those go right into the blood, and the cell's getting this information. Every cell. Your face, your skin, your bones, your stomach, your intestines, your toes. So your body behaves like a child, like a person. You give the child love, it feels good and grows and learns. You attack the child doesn't learn so well, doesn't grow so well. And if you attack it enough, it dies. So Bruce has proven and been trying to convince the medical people that they've been wrong. What do you think they said to him? out. So he left because he would not change the truth and began teaching us. And now he's very famous and very spiritual and a very good man. I recommend his books. Spontaneous Evolution. Beautiful, spiritually centered heart book about love and healing and biology. So if your brain likes that information and you like to study, Spontaneous Evolution by Bruce Lipton. I think it's his best book and easiest to understand. Next slide. So Bruce loves tapping because it's a way to reprogram the thought that controls the gland, that controls the chemicals, that controls the cells. This is the research. I won't bore you for too long, but I do want you to see that there is a pile of it. EFT has been researched in more than 10 countries by more than 60 investigators, whose results have been published in more than 20 different peer-reviewed journals. And America is maybe the most skeptical, besides England, society in the world. So we need our proof, or we're not going to do anything. So the Journal of Clinical Psychology, it's been studied in California, New York, the UK, Sweden, Turkey, the Philippines, England, Peru, and Australia, in all these fancy universities, including Harvard Medical School. Next. These are scientific studies on anxiety and depression and how useful EFT is to naturally heal anxiety and depression without chemicals. Next. Takes a few seconds. EFT is used for physical pain and physical symptoms, like I can't sleep, or my throat hurts, or vision problems, or hearing problems, or problems with the stomach, or with releasing. One time I met a man who told me he was in terrible stomach pain, and his stomach was like this, like a pregnant woman. And I said, come, I'm doing this free class. Come right now. Come, sit with me. And he said, if this doesn't work, I'm going to the hospital tonight because I have not released my bowels for 3 days. He was filling up with old food, and that's very dangerous. So 5 to 10 minutes of tapping after I explained and he's practicing, he gets up and runs out of the room. And I thought, oh, I've scared him. And maybe he's going to the hospital. This isn't working for him. 20 minutes later, he came back with tears of joy. He had gone to the bathroom. And I simply asked him to start tapping on something that he felt emotionally blocked about. I didn't say, let's tap on your terrible stomach pain. Let's tap on how long it's been and how scared you are about using the toilet. He tapped on his anger towards his brother and his father. And it came out of his body, it saved his life. And I could stand here and tell you miracle, miracle, miracle stories all day long, but really, I want to give you your own miracle, so let's move on. It's also useful for phobias, so people who are afraid of snakes, afraid of the water, afraid of men, afraid of women, afraid of dogs, afraid of cars, whatever these things are, you can heal them very quickly. You can use it for weight loss, for cravings and addictions, to heal this attachment, to heal where it started in this life, and if you can't track it, then you can open it up further to wherever it began and heal that karmic pattern. Post-traumatic stress disorder, it's what in America we call the sickness and the craziness that veterans get when they come home from the war. But it can happen with people who've been raped or beaten or yelled at or spoken to in a certain way where they can't think straight in the presence of that stimulus, or they have bad dreams. The trauma's in the body, and this takes it out for the most extreme circumstances. Next. And those, again, are all the scientific studies that you can't really read from there. I'll read these quickly, and then we're going to start tapping. So when you use this technique, you will create inner peace by having more positive and creative thoughts. Who wants more positive and creative thoughts? Yes, we all do. Improved relationships. Who also wants improved relationships? More peace and love and flow in their relationships? Yes. How about increased self-esteem, where you feel more confident and calm about who you are? Me and the rest of you. Good. Compassion for self and others. Who wants more compassion for themselves? To give, who wants it for others? Everybody, keep your hands up. You need as more for yourself than you have to give others. Thank you. Because that's what heals karma. If you forgive others, it doesn't heal your karma as much as when you forgive yourself and others. Okay? Freedom from habits. Anyone? I won't ask you. Oh, you're so brave, vulnerable. All right, who has some bad habits? You don't have to say what they are. Sometimes a little too lazy. Sometimes I eat too many sweets. Sometimes I'm on Facebook too long. Sometimes I do too much shopping or chocolate. Okay, bad habits can be cleared. Increasing income. Who wants to increase income? And you use tapping to do that by releasing the negative thoughts that tell you it's impossible, that you're not smart enough, that it's not your place. All of those things. You take those out, you function better. People love to give money to people who love what they do and do it well. And you can become more like that when you stop attacking yourself with your mind. It gives you more peace that you can actually feel, not just peace that you've studied or peace that you're thinking, that you can then share with other people because you're having more peace. The more peace I have, the more I have to be with you peacefully, and the more you will feel peace as my friend. It will increase your physical health for the reasons I just told you. You understand that part now, yeah? Because it seems like magic, just like holy spiritual magic, and it is, and it's not. It's actually based in how we work. Insights and clear inner guidance. Who would like to have more insights about themselves and a more clear inner guidance to Source, to God, to the divine? I love it. I love India for that, I have to say. Thank you, I will definitely come back. For sure. Healthy parenting and generational clearing. Who would like to be a more calm, happy, peaceful parent and take care of children with a better attitude? Okay. And who would like to clear the things that they learned from their parents that weren't so healthy? The rest of us. Good. This can be used for that as well. And you will use this today for some of that for sure. Love connection with lovers, friends, family, and community. So when you have more joy and peace, you go and serve the people around you, and you become more active in the community, right? Because you're not at home crying, not at home having an argument, or depressed so that you can't go and show your face. You'll feel happy and say, yes, I'm going to the party. Fulfilling divine purpose. This, for me, is the hottest one. What would it be like if every human being decided, yes, I will remove all my fear and all the obstacles to fulfilling my divine purpose? What do you think would happen? I got it. It's good. Oh, just here. Yep. What do you think would happen if each of us remembered who we were and what we were doing here? How do you think this world would look? Remember, we did a whole workshop on this idea. Joyful, happy, happiness, peace, paradise, heaven on earth, very similar to Pyramid Valley. Just a lot more of it. Okay? And to me, that's the answer for saving the world, is that we all choose to fulfill our divine purpose. What do you think? Is it a good plan? I think it's possible. So spiritual growth is naturally going to come from taking the fear and the ego and the karma and the limitations out of your mind as well very quickly. So who here would like to improve growing spiritually? To meditate better, to have more spiritual experiences, to know yourself in the divine. So this is going to open up those capacities and make your practices of meditation deeper and more fun. So creating a happy, healthy world creates sustainability and a happy, healthy planet.